Well, welcome. Welcome to our devotional. It's good to be here with you. Well, you know, if you've been watching, I'm doing a series on the question, is Jesus relevant? And today we're going to look at two misconceptions that I think people have about Christianity that may cause them to believe that Jesus is irrelevant. And let's just jump right into the first one, because the first misconception I think people have is that Christianity is the religion of no fun. There'll be no fun in Christianity. They logic like this. Christianity is simply a bunch of rules, things you can do and things that you have to do. And furthermore, all the things that you can't do are all the things that are fun. So therefore, I don't want to be a Christian because it's irrelevant to my lifestyle. Well, Christianity may be irrelevant to your lifestyle, but I can tell you that Christianity is not the religion of no fun. And furthermore, Christianity is about a relationship with Jesus, not so much a set of rules and regulations. But we'll get into that maybe later and at another time. So I did a survey, and the survey went like this. I surveyed a bunch, really lot, of Christians that I know, people that I believe, that I think believe in Jesus, and I asked them, I said, are you happier now, or were you happier before you were a Christian? You know, happier as a Christian or happier before you as a non-Christian? And it was just a one question survey. And how many do you think said, yes, they were happier as Christians? 50%, well, way more than 50%. 75%, well, way more than 75%. 95%, even more than 95%. 100% of the people I surveyed said that they were happier as a Christian than when before they were a Christian. Now, why do you think that might be? Well, one of Jesus' teachings is a very profound teaching, and one of the reasons actually I became a Christian. Jesus teaches this. He says, anyone who sins is a slave to that sin. Anyone who sins is a slave to that sin. And you can see how that would be absolutely true. I mean, for instance, if somebody is a drug addict, they become a slave to that drug addiction. Furthermore, if somebody's into pornography, they got to become a slave of that pornography. Or if they're into adultery, they become a slave of that. Or into gossip. Whatever sin you're into, you become a slave of. And people who are slaves of things aren't necessarily happy. When you're a slave to sin, you're not happy. However, one of the things that happens as a Christian, you get forgiven for the bad things that you did. Also, Jesus helps you set aside the sins that enslave you, and you become overall happier. Furthermore, like I said, your sins are forgiven. People are happier if their sins are forgiven. Furthermore, you know that as a Christian, when you die, you're going to go to be with Jesus and be with the Father in heaven, and those people are overall happier. You know, I think that there's another misconception. I think the misconception goes like this. I think people believe that there's certain things that the Bible prohibits, that in fact the Bible doesn't prohibit. You see, the Bible does not tell us that you can't smoke, does not tell us that you can't drink, does not tell us that you can't go to the movies, does not tell you that you can't dance. Well, you know, some people, some Christians, decide that they want to, for whatever reason, they don't want to have those things in their lives, and that's okay. But those aren't prohibitions of the Bible. In fact, I know lots of people who smoke and are Christians. And in fact, Jesus drank a little bit, at least. And furthermore, communion, one of the most central rituals within Christianity, has to do with wine. So those things are not true. I want to just say some of the teachings of Jesus, some of the things that as Christians should be following. And I want you to think to yourself, you think a person that follows those teachings would be overall happier or unhappier? Let's give it a try. Jesus teaches, do not hate. You think a person that's angry all the time, that hates, is happy? Now, I can tell you, as one who sometimes gets angry, there's no happiness involved with anger. Those who hate are not as happy as those who don't hate. How about Jesus' teachings of love everyone? Which way would that go? How about Jesus' teaching of forgiving everyone? How about his teachings of being honest in business? How about treating others as you'd like to be treated? Well, you can see from Jesus' teaching why Christians would be overall happier. I got to tell you true, that sometimes difficult things come into Christians' life. You don't become a Christian and everything is wonderful in your life. Sometimes there's difficulties in Christians' life. As a matter of fact, Jesus promises that Christians will have difficulties in their life. However, he also promises that he'll help Christians through the difficulties of their life, and another reasons why Christians are overall happier. Yeah, I want to tell you, I want to guarantee you, if you're not a Christian, you become a Christian, I guarantee you, you will be happier. It just is not true that Christianity is the religion of no fun. Well, let's get on to the second misconception. The second misconception is this, that we're going to do today. The second misconception is Christianity is a political party. Now, certainly, we're not talking about worldwide, because lots of Christians all over the world. And Christians are not trying to take up and create a one world government or anything like that. However, within the United States, sometimes people think that Christianity is a political party. And that's not true. It is just not true that Christianity is a political party. Let me prove that to you. Christians are split between the two parties, between voting for one for Democrats, one for Republicans. Now, Christianity is not a political party. Now, it is true that some Christians get active politically, and that's okay. Just as it's okay for a Muslim to become active politically, just as it's okay for a Hindu or a Jew or someone who's black or somebody who's of Hispanic descent. And in fact, that's one of the great things about our country. However, if you are a Christian and you are involved in the political process, you have constraints on how you can proceed with your political activism, if you want to use that word. What you have to do is you have to constrain yourself, you have to constrain your action to those teachings of Jesus. And if you start acting politically in ways like a lot of other people do, like non-Christians do, you start acting in ways that are politically apart from what Jesus' teaching is, you become a bad postcard for Jesus. You don't want to be a bad postcard for Jesus. As a Christian, one of the most important things is that we're good postcards for Jesus, so that people will see us, be attracted to us and to the teachings of Jesus and become Christians. But those that are bad postcards for Jesus push people away from Christianity. And I want to tell you, if you are a political Christian, maybe you just post on Facebook, or you go to a rally once in a while, or maybe you're active in a political campaign, or whatever, however you are politically. Let me remind you of some of Jesus' teachings that you need to follow, and that you need to follow, and you need to constrain your political activities within these teachings of Jesus. And here's one: show love to everyone, show love to everybody, even to those who disagree with you from a political standpoint. You need to show love to everybody. You need to show respect. Second of all, you got to forgive everybody, even those people that do you dirt. You don't turn around. You never repay evil for evil. Those people that do you dirt, you don't turn around and do them dirt. You forgive them. You forgive them. As a Christian, we forgive everybody. No prejudice. Can't be prejudiced and be a Christian. There should be no prejudice in Jesus' church. Furthermore, Jesus teaches you need to take care of. As a Christian, we need to take care of those who can't take care of themselves. One final one: you need to obey the laws of the land. Jesus teaches us that we need to obey the laws and follow the government direction, whatever those are, as long as you can be political within those constraints. I encourage you, please put your opinions out there, but just don't be a bad postcard for Jesus. Be a good postcard for Jesus. Well, in summary, it's not true that Christianity is a religion of no fun. It's just the opposite. Christians are happier. Second of all, it's not true that Christianity is a political party. We have a right to be politically active as Christians. However, we have an obligation to do it within the constraints that Jesus places upon us. And now, there's only one thing left to say. Say it with me. Aloha. See you there. God bless you all. Have a great rest of your day.